Hey everybody, Greg here again. Well, it's been a couple of weeks. Finally boiled down enough that we're getting close to syrup out of this sap. So I've just got this turned on. It's going to take a little while for it to start boiling. I started out with altogether about 120 liters of sap, or about 30 gallons, and this is what we're down to now. It's probably a gallon and a half, maybe 2 gallons here, but we're still going to be boiling some off. With syrup, what we need to do is we need to get it down, up to a boiling temperature of 219, and that's basically when it becomes syrup. I have a refractor that I'll be testing. I need to get it 66 brix, which is just the measurement that considers it legally syrup. So I have a refractor in the house. What I'm doing here is I'm boiling this up to 217. I've got my alert set here. I don't know, hopefully you can see that. Our alert is set to 217 degrees. Right now it's at 78 because it's still not boiling yet. And once we hit 217, I'm going to bring it in the house and finish off those last 2 degrees on the stove, and then test it with the refractometer to make sure we're good. And we're going to be bottling up. So stay tuned. I'll be back in a bit. One thing I wanted to add, you might notice there's something on the top of the pot here. That's actually butter. Spread a bit of butter around the top edge, because as this boils, it's going to get into a hard boil, and the oil in the butter helps keep it from boiling over. So anyway, that's what that's about. All right, again, we'll be back in a little bit. Hey folks, well, I just had a bit of an issue here. You can hear we actually hit 217. It came up real fast, which I've heard you got to be careful of. Sure enough, and it actually did boil over a bit on me, so the butter didn't work. Maybe I had too much in here. So anyway, this is ready to go inside now. I'll get a couple of bottles, a couple of jars boiled up, get them cleaned up and ready to go, kill any bacteria that might be in them, and get this up to the 219, and then we'll check them with the refractometer. Okay, I will be back in a bit. Hey everybody. Okay, so we're in the kitchen now. I didn't put nearly as much into this pot, and I do not want it boiling over in the kitchen. So we're going to boil this little bit that's in here. You can see I've got the jars just starting to boil in the back. That's to take care of any bacteria, anything that might be on them. And I now have this set to 219 degrees for my alert, for my alarm. So you're going to see this really bubble up, and once it hits at 219, I got to turn it off, get it off the burner, stop it from boiling anymore, and then we can start putting it in jars. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes once we see some action happening here. Okay, we're at 215 degrees here. You can see it's really starting to boil up there, and we're just ready for that alarm to go so we can pull it off and check it on the refractor. I'm standing here at the ready. 217. Again, at this time I did put the butter around the top again. It seems to be working on this guy, but I'm ready to take it off. It looks like it wants to boil over. Still at 217. But this is what you're looking at. This is when you know she's getting close. These bubbles getting smaller, tighter together. Looks like we might have a couple of minutes here. We're still at 217. So I'm going to let you go for a minute and we'll be back. Okay, we're up to 218 now. Hopefully it'll only be a couple of minutes and we'll see 219. Pull her off. Check them in the refractor. Hoping I can show you the how the refractor looks. First time I've ever tried using one, and it's incredible. I've tested this stuff already, and it's just so easy to make sure you get the right bricks. But see, we're at 218 here. 1 degree to go. Actually, you can see it's starting to fall back a bit. We're losing some, so which is normal because that's the idea here. We're getting rid of the water content. Okay, instead of boring here, I'm gonna put you away for now, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to start testing the bricks. Okay, so we are done now. We hit 219. This is the refractometer that I was talking about. I got this for about $35 off Amazon, and it's a great little product. Basically what you do, flip this back, you can put a drop of syrup in here. Close this up, and then you look through here and it will tell you the actual bricks of the product. People use it for beer making, wine making, all kinds of stuff, honey testing as well. Bricks. The bricks has to be at 66% for this to be legally considered maple syrup. The reason for that is any higher than that, then you'll end up getting crystals, little sugar sand in the bottle. Any lower than that, it's not shelf stable. It'll still be fine to eat. You just have to keep it in the fridge. So I'm trying to do the best I can on this. Okay, so sorry about that, a little bit of interruption there, but I am back. So basically what you want to do is just get a drop of syrup, place it on top here. Whoops, that might be a bit too much, but we'll see. Close this up, push it down. You don't want any air bubbles in there. And then you take it and you look towards the light. Okay, I tried showing the bricks viewer on the camera. It just wasn't going to work for me, but I was a little bit light. It was about 64 bricks. So I'm putting it back on, and I'm going to try to run it up another degree or two. Got my warning at 221, and we'll go from there. Hopefully that'll set us up to the right bricks level. And I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I just realized I recorded a whole portion of the video here with no microphone on, so I'm going to try it again. I've pulled the jar out of the bath here, and it's nice and hot. You want to make sure that your jar is hot because you're definitely putting a hot syrup into it. You don't want the jar to crack, and you're basically just spooning it in. Just to note, this is just a wet paper towel that I use. We only use this for personal use, so I don't bother with the more expensive filters. Of course, if I was going to do this commercially, I would definitely invest in those, but no need. It's just basically filtering out any of the sugar sands that might be in here, any other minerals, that sort of things that might be left. So we're going to let this fill up, and you want to get it up fairly close to the top. The syrup, as it cools, will come back down a little bit, so you don't want to leave too much head in there. The head's what is the airspace at the top of the jar. So see how that's looking. Yeah, maybe a touch more. Let that filter down. All right, that's pretty good. So I'm just going to grab myself another jar so I can move this funnel and filter. Set you over there. Let that start draining into that one. Standard lid here. Now, you do not want to put this into a hot water bath or anything like this like you would with pickling. If you do, you're going to be boiling the syrup again. It's going to go above that 66 bricks. And for one thing, it won't be legally maple syrup. And for another, you're going to end up with a sugar sand. So just hand tighten. The key to the maple syrup is going to seal this up nicely. On that note, you want to be doing your canning at about 180, 190 degrees on the syrup. So if it starts to cool down on you, turn the burner on, get it back up to that temperature, and you're good to go to keep canning. All right, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.